Hey, 1 second.
Yoshi!
Alright, so obviously I'm pretty filthy at editing. But every once in a while, I should probably clean up. According to the Global Hygiene Council, you should wash your hands at least 6 times a day. But why should I have to wash my hands? And what does washing your hands even do? Today, we are going to find out. Diseases. Children. Those who are already sick. Fecal matter. Pesticides. All the things you make contact with every day. Sorry, I just had something in my eye. What? I'm not gonna eat cherry tomatoes with a fork. Hey, sorry, I just dropped my phone on the floor. And then immediately pressed it up against my face. Maybe we should wash our hands more often. The Center for Disease Control, or CDC, claims that in a single gram of human feces, there can be as many as 1 trillion germs.
That's nasty.
I don't blame you, Cleveland. It is nasty. Germ spreading is just like accidental biological warfare. There are some things you can do to defend against undesirable germs, such as wash your hands, or use hand sanitizer as a temporary solution when you're on the go. However, there is such thing as too much. Some researchers believe that with children, the overuse of hand sanitizer can lead to a weaker immune system. If all the bacteria is killed before entering the body, the immune system can't develop a strong resistance to it. Another consequence to the overuse of care products containing alcohol is that if your skin dries out, it can crack and bleed, making you even more vulnerable to infection. It's difficult to resist an urge to scratch your face, or pick a random hair off your tongue, or pick some loose change off the street. But understand that germs are everywhere, and they don't have a naughty and nice list. During the winter months in the northern hemisphere, a common fear is the common cold. Some of its bacteria can survive for days on some surfaces, but they usually lose their infectious nature within a day or so. Influenza follows a similar path, being more or less useless after a day. MRSA bacteria can live for weeks on certain surfaces if the circumstances allow it. Keep yourself clean, but you should also keep your workspace clean. The articles I found addressing the issue recommended that we cleaned our desks once or twice a week. An item commonly associated with bacteria is the keyboard. But when it comes to being hotspots for bacteria, the computer mouse is right up there.
I thought of something funnier than 24.
Let me hear it.
25.
In 2012, the University of Arizona found that the average desk can be home to more bacteria than a toilet seat. But you know what's even more repulsive than your desk? Other people's desks. Well, public computers, public telephones, and even worse, doors. Most places that germs hide you may never have even suspected. When's the last time you gave your favorite pen a bath? Diarrhea is disgusting, and it isn't any fun to experience or clean up. About 30% of sicknesses that cause diarrhea can be prevented by washing your hands more thoroughly and more often. Around the world, nearly 2 million children pass away every single year due to diarrhea-related infections. So, wash your hands and spread the word. According to MedExpress.com, washing your hands can prevent 20% of respiratory illnesses, the more popular of which you may have heard of, the flu and the common cold. Most websites seem to agree that washing your hands for about 20 seconds is a thumbs up. Every nook and cranny on your hand should be covered in a wet lather of soap. Plus, Bath & Body Works has that warm vanilla sugar scent I love. But when is it appropriate to wash your hands? It's not like you can just carry a sink around in your pocket. Unless you're Vector from Despicable Me.
You done been shrunk.
Well, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics suggests we wash our hands before and after preparing food, eating food,
feeding children or the elderly, using the bathroom, handling the garbage, smoking, touching animals, other people, touching wounds, after using the phone, and...
We live in a pretty gross world. Foodsafety.gov lists some common bacteria and viruses. Salmonella, norovirus, Campylobacter, E. coli, Listeria, and Clostridium perfringens. The CDC states that about 3,000 people die in the United States every year due to foodborne illness. There are a lot of bacteria that can harm you. What stinks is that often you can't even see if there's anything on you or a surface that needs to be cleaned. My hand doesn't look like if I scratch my ear I would get an infection from it, but the truth is some bacteria are as small as 0.000008 inches across, so there is no way I would be able to tell with the human eye. Hey Siri, what's 1 trillion to the 10th power? Viruses are even smaller than that. Some viruses are small enough to infect bacteria. The smallest kinds of virus can be 20 nanometers across. For reference, there are 25 million nanometers in an inch. Good luck on your bite-sized safari. I think I'll just wash my hands. Waterwatch.org estimates the average person uses about 3 gallons of water when they wash their hands. It's great to conserve water, but not washing your hands doesn't increase the likelihood that you won't get sick. NatureUnleashed.com believes the average person touches about 300 surfaces every half hour, so if you do the math, that's a lot of potential sickness. When you wash your hands, regular soap can make it hard for germs to keep a firm grip on your skin. However, antibacterial soap has the added benefit of actually killing the germs, just in case rinsing them off was unsuccessful. If you use a bar of soap, you may soon want to reconsider. TheAtlantic.com's Brian Fung references a study done by United States researchers on soap contamination. They found that when a bar of soap is left in a dish where water can puddle up with it, bacteria can safely survive and multiply. If you use a bar of soap that already has bacteria on it, you can end up with more bacteria on yourself after washing than you started with. In the United States, it might not be a law to wash your hands, but more often than not, keeping yourself clean will aid in defending you from illness. After all, in the animal kingdom, we're known for our brains, not our immune systems. I can't force you to adapt a healthier lifestyle, but perhaps the more aware you are of what you've touched, the less likely you'll be, for instance, to pick your nose and then give your friend a handful of fries. Know that the most powerful tool for keeping clean is arguably washing your hands. I'm actually about to go wash my hands right now, so let me know what you're interested in. My name is Antag. I'll see you next week. Oh, and don't forget about that blood moon.